active.
Hi guys, Blake here. Today is finally the day. We're going to run a T5 Gamma Site. For those of you who've been following me, obviously you know we've been working towards this for quite some time. We've had a couple of setbacks along the way, but we're finally ready. I was tempted to do the first run off camera and just see how it went, but I thought, sod it, I'll just run it now. If it goes wrong, at least you get to see me cry, so there's going to be that. The fit's same as the last one, I think, but I'll just quickly go through it. 3 medium core defense field Purger 2s. We're using rapid lights in the tops with a drone link augmenter. C-type multi-spectrum shield hardeners, a 10 mm afterburner, Republic Fleet large cap battery, shield booster, and a shield extender. The 3 of those are obviously DDAs, so we're going to be taking Republic Fleet and Valkyrie 2s for the drones. The only other difference is going to be we're going to take drugs. So this is the first one I've done, obviously, so I'm going to take this, which just reduces basically increase the accuracy of missiles. We'll get a little bit more damage out of them. And the hard shell, which will increase our shield boosters by 5%. I don't plan on taking this, but I'm bringing it just as a little bit of a safety. It's the improved blue pill. So that will basically increase our shield booster by 25%. There is, however, a 30% chance of a side effect, and that can be any of these below. Hopefully we don't get them. Hopefully we don't need it, because I don't want to be spending 6 mil every time we want to try and run one of these sites, but it's there. Now, there are skills that can mitigate this damage a bit, but mine aren't very high. Just let me quickly check what they are. Neurotoxin something, I believe, and where are we? Neural enhancements. Neurotoxin control and neurotoxin recovery. One reduces the chance of having a negative effect, and I think the other one just reduces like how harmful it actually is. But that's going to be everything, guys. So all that's left to do now is cross our fingers. And oh, actually, one more thing. There is. I've got them all on a playlist now, so if you've come across this one first and you want to see how we got here, there'll be a playlist link somewhere that you can watch the lot. But other than that, guys, we're just going to go. A little bit nervous, as you might tell, but hopefully we survive this. Well, we're finally here. Let's see what the first room brings. Okay, this isn't too bad. As a rule, going by the level 4s, these have always been quite easy. Now, normally I would just fly to the gate and ignore them, but everything's going to be really, really cautious with this run, because obviously I've never done the fires before, so we're going to go straight towards the suppressor. Or at least that's what we should be doing. And that's going to help us out massively with the enemy frigates. It's going to damage all of them, so obviously our drones will take a little bit of a kick in as well, but it's not the end of the world. Again, with T4s, I will grab every single cache. In this room, I will still get them if I can, but I'm going to prioritise the bioadaptives. I don't know how long each room's going to take, to be honest, so I don't want to find it at the end I've got a particularly tough spawn and run out of time just because I grabbed a couple of extra caches. Up to now, though, it's not been too bad. All these are going down nicely. Obviously, we've got the help of the suppressor, so that's fine. But no, we're all good. We've absolutely smashed through the first room, no bother at all. Just deploy the MTU, gives us a nice point to rotate around. I think the biggest thing in the T5s is going to be the odd room that catches you out. So I think you're really going to have to be up on your target priorities. Like for this ship, our biggest fear is being neutered, followed by being slowed down, I guess. So they're probably always going to be your 2 primary targets. So in the interest of speed, all we'll do is, once we've killed the enemies, I'll just flick through to the next room, and then it'll save us having to sit around, and then we can do a nice grand reveal at the end about what we actually got, making the assumption we get through it. Okay, now this is one of the scarier rooms. I'm really tempted here to take the blue pill, but I decided against it. Now, we're lucky there isn't too many dissipators, They're our biggest threat because they're new to us, but we've also got to worry about the battleship, which is going to do a considerable amount of damage to us. So we're going to burn straight at the battleship. And once you get under its guns, it can't hurt you at all, but getting up there can be tough. So good thing about this ship, you can overheat your invuln fields and they don't take a massive amount of damage. You can run them overheated for quite a while, and it does make a big difference. This ship's main defense is its passive tank. It is very, very tough. Obviously it's augmented by the active booster, but if you lose those invuln fields, you are absolutely stuffed. Something to watch out for here, I get caught on the gate. Now this can be devastating. Even in the T4s, if you were still for long, that battleship can pile an awful lot of damage on you. Now, I haven't done a particularly good job here of taking the dissipators out. Need to be focus firing on them more, because if you look now, our cap's starting to get into quite a dangerous area. And again, once we lose cap, that's it. It's going to be game over for us, because without those invuln fields, we've got no chance. Luckily, we're quite close to the battleship now, and in a moment we can just set orbit around it. The battleship can't touch us, and then we've got a little bit of time then just to take out the other cruisers. Be really careful about that boundary though. Luckily I only graze it there, but if you're not paying attention, that can be really, really unpleasant. Once again at this stage you can see we've stabilised nicely. The turn the booster off now so we can start regenerating some cap. To be honest, I could probably drop the afterburner as well. But now we just need to focus this down. Now what you'll see here is how much damage this battleship can actually take. This is the sort of thing that could get you caught out. It's why you want to leave plenty of time, because I imagine we'll go past 7 minutes killing this. Gotta wait for a full reload off the missiles. Drones are plinking away at it, but they're not getting through it quickly. Because that battleship is primarily shield tanked, obviously it's getting the benefits of the room as well. The best ones for this site, funnily enough, when you come across are the actual Triglavians, because they've got no shield to begin with, so they get no benefit whatsoever. And obviously they still get all of the downside. Now we've got missiles on it as well, and we're through the shield. You can see now it starts going down a lot easier. And to be honest, we're still not sitting too bad at time. We are, however, like nearly 40k away from the gate, so we've got a little bit of work to do to get back, but we've been doing a lot of overheating. You can see the modules don't take a great deal of damage, so always worth overheating those modules. Even if you think you might need to, you can always use a little bit of downtime in between to use your repair pace to fix them up a bit. And also, you can repair if you overheat your missiles, you can also have them repair them while you're reloading. And with the rapid lights, obviously you've got such a long reload time. Actually, such a long, it's good 30 seconds. You know, it gives you time to deal with a little bit of damage. But again, we've got all the caches, we've got through, and we're still not looking too bad for time. Just over the 7 minute mark. Now, a lot of that's down to how quickly we got through to the first room. So if we get another slow room now, we could start having a problem. Now, this is a funny room, this has always given me problems in the T4. The ships themselves aren't actually that dangerous, but they've got a real thing for going for your drones. You need to be on your drone management 100% when you see these. Now, obviously, it's the Gila, you can take an awful lot of drones, but just common sense, you don't want to be losing them. And it would be possible for them to bleed you out of drones completely. All I would do on this is focus everything on one target at a time. Missiles, drones, the whole lot. So up to this point, I'm really pleased how this ship's handled. We've come across the battleship room, which is arguably one of the hardest. We've had some newts to deal with. I think a heavy Newton room is something else we're going to have to try before we can say, yeah, this is 100% perfect. But I think we're well on our way to making a lot of money from this. There is a little bit of a nerve-wracking moment here when we realise how little time we've got left, but as you can see, they're going down really quickly now. We may even get all of the caches. Let's say for your first run or two through T5s, I think I made a bit silly here, to be honest, the amount of time I spent prioritising these caches. I'd just be grabbing the bioadaptives, get through, get comfortable with running the sites, and then you can always do it later. Remember, like, as much as we are getting good rewards from these sites, there is a huge investment that goes with being ready for this. You know, the ship was 1.6 bill. I think the implants in my head are about another bill. So you do need to be able to repeat this consistently to get your money back. But to be honest, I really like them. I know some people say they're boring and repetitive, but I think because of the way they change up, they're always challenging. You do have to pay attention. And you know what? If you've only got half an hour, they're a great way you can just sit down. You know they're only going to take 20 minutes one way or the other. It's not like a lot of things where you'll fly around and you hope for the best, see what you can find. And, you know, these are ideal if you're a little bit time stuck. And from what I've seen, like, the money in them is absolutely brilliant. As you can see, we're running very, very tight for time now. But we're really close to the gate. We're by our MTU. We have to leave one extraction node behind, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not worth worrying too much about. Not much of a loot drop, actually. Okay, no, I got brave. I waited for it. There's a few mil, but actually at this point you're risking an awful lot of money as well, so. However, we do make it out. So there you go, guys. That was our first successful run. We'll just dock up and we'll go through everything we've got and what we're going to do next. Well, there we are, guys. We actually survived. I'm actually quite surprised that worked out, to be honest. But we've been trying for it for long enough. So let's just have a quick look and see what we made. Then down. Now, obviously, when we work this out, we're going to have to take into account the price of the drugs we took, but it was only, I think, 2 million, maybe 3 tops. We never had to take the improved blue pill, which is the expensive one. So well, that's nice. Let's see what we got. 84.3 mil. So that was, well, 19-20 minutes work. It's obviously a big investment, isn't it? You know, nearly a bill in your clone, and then what's the ship worth? 1.6. So, you know, it's a fair amount of money. But assuming I can repeat this over and over, then it's a nice, easy way of making a huge amount of ISK and shouldn't take too long to pay for itself at all. But yeah, that's it, guys. So I've got a full playlist of all the Gila stuff if you've missed any. So by all means, I'll link it somewhere-ish, and then you can have a little look through them if you want to sort of find out how we got here. But other than that, guys, thanks very much for watching. If you liked it, please do like, and I'll see you again in the next one.